I got sued again for Shape of You for something saying. I'll say why these became such big news stories, and the reason is it's kind of an open secret within the music industry that a lot of this happens behind the scenes, and both of those two cases had come to me a year before, and they both said, we're going to make this really public and say that you've stolen this song unless you give us some money. And I was like, well, I haven't done anything wrong. And they were like, well, we're going to put it out really public unless you give us some money, or we'll take you to court and you will have to spend more money in court to do that and give up all your time. So it's better if we just keep this silent, keep this quiet, and you just give us some money. And on both things, the reason that they became so public and were in the press, I said no. And I said we should take this to court because I haven't done anything wrong. And it's one of those things that, like, reputationally, for 8 years, people thought I was a thief. For 8 years in the press, it was just every story that was written was that I'd ripped off these songs and blah blah blah. And it wasn't actually until getting to stand in court and speak, because they told me not to speak. I wasn't allowed to speak. Very Jose Mourinho. I can't speak. But on both things, so the first one was Shape of You, and I did that in the United Kingdom, and the second one was Thinking Out Loud. I did that in the United States, and each case was a month long. In each case, I sat in the courtroom for a month, got told that I was a liar and a thief, and at the end of it, I got to have my say, and at the end of both cases, I won both cases. And it's very much like, I don't ever want to be like bullied or shaken down or kind of told to do something if it doesn't feel right, like, and it really felt wrong admitting that I'd done anything wrong when I hadn't done anything wrong. But it's not all doom and gloom in these cases, right? So they said you need to give up all your devices, your iPads, your text messages, your voice notes, your photos, your videos, and they went through all of them to see if I'd ripped off these songs, which on the one hand is very intrusive, and on the other hand was pretty nostalgic, because I got to go through all my old shit from when I was like 15 up until 32, 33. And I found stuff that I'd forgotten about, but there was one phone that I switched on, and it had text messages that had been basically frozen in time. And, you know, they were all from 2015, and I'd switched off this phone in 2015 and not used it since. And the first text message was my friend Jamal, who had just passed away, and I found myself just scrolling these conversations of just seeing what life was like in 2015. And then the next text message was a family member I hadn't spoken to in 10 years. The next text message was mid-argument with an ex-girlfriend, and I sort of like opened it up like,